Hi everyone, I'm JD from Willow Bound Journals. Welcome back to my channel. I'm a journaler, journal maker and teacher of journaling courses. And this video I'm just going to continue on where I left off with the other video, the previous one on my channel where I was making a faith journal. And I'm starting by just grabbing this visual diary, A5 size, and I'm gluing on some images from some magazines. And I can't remember what they're called. I cut them all up and they no longer exist anymore. I just pulled out all of the pretty images and the ones with scriptures I included as well. And I'm just spacing them out so that there's some blank space in between them and then some decorative pages. And then hopefully it can be like an inspirational faith journal where the pictures lead you into the Bible stories, lead you into meeting with God, spending time with Him and getting to know Him more and just spending that reflective quiet time with Him. And hopefully these pictures are really peaceful and spark some thoughts about your journey with God, that kind of thing. So still working on this journal, got lots more to go with it, but as I just work on this first step, I thought I'd share another update, just a chatty video about what's happening. So since the last video, things have changed a lot. I was saying how I was persisting with doing an art therapy course, a Bachelor of Art Therapy, but it just got to a point where I was so not enjoying one aspect of it. I love the content, absolutely love the content and learning everything, but the assignments were just completely stressing me out. And I had tried to have it so that the weekends I would have downtime so that I could come back fresh and excited for the course, but it got to a point where on the weekend I couldn't think of anything else but the course, and in a bad way, like in a way that was not good for my health. I tried to read, I tried to do other things, and all I could think of, I need to study, and like I didn't need to study. It's just I'm an all or nothing person, all in. I've studied 3 courses before this. I've done a Bachelor of Environmental Science, I did a grad dip in mission studies, and then after that I did a Master of Writing and Literature. So I know I can study. I really enjoyed study back when I was younger, but I've just had to learn this season it's not for me right now, and maybe it won't be for me ever again. I love learning. I love auditing classes, which is where you learn all the content, but you don't have to do the assignments. And I tried that for my last subject that I did for creative writing at Bible College, and that was brilliant. And so then going back to this course, doing full-time with assignments and a whole bachelor again, I was just realizing to myself, or thinking to myself, why am I actually doing this? And it got me really thinking about that why. And what I learned through the course, doing the course, showed me I don't actually want to be an art therapist, not at this stage anyway. I don't know if I ever will be. I can't really see it. I love the idea of using art for well-being and mental health, but I just didn't see myself using art in my own life for that purpose, like every day. They were kind of emphasizing, if this is something that you're going to be doing with clients, this is something you should be doing daily in your own life or regularly in your own life. And I'm like, I don't really see this as something I want to do regularly in my own life. Although I love it and I see the value in it and I would love to do it, but I'm more of like a journaler. I use art in a different way for my well-being rather than the way they were teaching us in the course. Although I would love to try it as a little practice, like try doing a check-in image every single day and just learning from it, because it is beneficial. Like if you do it, you always get something out of it. But if it's not something that I'm drawn to, then yeah, I just realized if I don't not wanting to do this for a qualification. I always knew this. I'm doing it for personal interest and for my personal growth, because I'm a lifelong study. I want to learn things. I want to learn about everything, but I don't necessarily want a qualification or to work in the field. And so I kind of already am working in the field doing my journaling and journal courses, and I think that is okay for now. There's still something else I want to do with it, but the art therapy course showed me that's not the direction I kind of want to go in. And in particular, I kind of found myself being more drawn to talk therapy. I would rather just talk to a client and just listen to them rather than get them to do or lead them in drawing, if that makes sense. I still think it's very valuable and I could definitely use it, but I'd rather, I don't know, maybe be a talk therapist and then use art if I wanted, rather than be an art therapist exclusively or whatever. Anyway, I really don't know. And so I thought, if I don't know, why put myself through all of this stress? If I don't have a why, I actually was doing some art for myself, trying to figure out, should I keep doing this course or not? And, chatting with God, of course, because he's the one who got me doing this course in the first place. And I knew that one of the reasons he might get me to do the course was so that he could teach me through it and teach me that it wasn't what I was meant to do. Because that happens in my life. I have done, well, my first course was, Bachelor of Animal Science. Well, I wanted to do animal science. I didn't end up doing animal science. I did environmental science, but I majored in zoology, so that way I could get my animal science in there. And that was because until I was 26, I think it was, or 24. From 8 till 24, I thought I wanted to be a zoologist. When I graduated with my bachelor's in environmental science with a major in zoology, that's the moment I realised I didn't actually want to be a zoologist. But I don't consider that a waste. I don't consider that course a waste. That course, I loved it. I loved what we learned. Met some great friends. It was a great time in my life. In fact, I call my uni years the best time of my life. So I don't regret any of the courses I've done because, like I said, I'm a lifelong learner and I will continually learn courses for the rest of my life. Just not for qualification anymore is what I'm thinking. Unless I really know there's something I want to do and I need a qualification for it, then I'll do it, and that will be my why. That will get me through the assignments and the stress of it all. But I was just like, if there's no actual why needing for it, like if I'm not going to work in that specific field, if I don't need a qualification, then if it's affecting my well-being so much, then that's not great. And one of the questions our lecturer asked us, again, this is so good, like God tied so many things into this course and taught me so much to it. She said, what are the signs that you're coping well and what are the signs that you're not coping well? And I didn't really know for me what that was, but then looking back, I can see it totally. A sign that I'm not coping well is when I forget things. And I am a person who has a good memory. My family calls me the person with the best memory that they know of. And so for me to forget something is quite... like a big thing, like of course I forget little things, but like a big thing, for me to forget a big thing like a meeting or an appointment or like a due date or something, like that to me shocks me because it's so not like me. It's never happened to me before except once. When I had depression and anxiety, I completely forgot I had a meeting. And that was the moment I booked in to see a doctor because I was like, I've changed so much, I don't recognize myself. And that was the sign that I had completely forgot a meeting. It was just so bizarre to me that I forgot a meeting. Because it had literally never happened to me before, like something like that. So that's when I booked in to see a doctor finally about my depression and anxiety. And so this is the second time it's happened. I forgot to take my car in for a service, or not for a service, to get checked. I couldn't remember the date. I just could not remember. And so the date came and went and gone. And that's when I really looked in hindsight and I was like, oh gosh, it's happening again. My well-being, the stress, I guess, has gotten to me so much that, not even like stress, it was just that I was just overwhelmed. There was just so much happening that, of course, something was going to give, something would get forgotten because there was just so much in my head to hold on to. With the course just taking over my life and other things besides that. Like now that I'm not even doing the course, my life is still hectic. It's still so busy. It's like, how did I think I was going to do this course? Anyway, other things came up though. That's what happened. Some other things came up this year and unexpected things. So it was like, okay, this is just not the right timing anyway. But another thing, a sign of my well-being not going well was, just not doing my normal things for rest and recovery. So I couldn't read, I couldn't even socialize. I tried to keep my weekends for that, but I just was like, nope, I gotta study. All I could think about was study. I couldn't switch off, and it was just really affecting my well-being. My friend asked me to catch up and have dinner and watch a movie on a Saturday, and usually I would have been yes, and of course, like I was planning to keep my weekends free, But I said no because I wouldn't be able to enjoy myself. That's why I said no, was because I would just be thinking about the study. And I didn't think of it anything in the moment. I was like, yeah, this is just my life. This is how I live while I'm studying. But now that I've finished the studies, not finished, I've pulled out, I realised, looking back at that moment, like, gosh, that I wasn't coping well at all. And I had this moment where I was talking to a friend and I was like, I know I can do this course. I've done 3 courses before. I used to love assignments and due dates. This was my thing. But this year, it's just like the thought of doing them has made me cry. Like, I got to the end of each week of the course and I just wanted to cry at the thought of the assignments. And I was telling my friend, you know, I can do this course. I know I can do it. I can grit my teeth and just do it. No questions. I know I can do it. But I'll just hate my life while I'm doing it. And in that moment, I realized, oh, that's probably not the most healthy way to live when you're hating your life, dreading each day, not wanting to show up. Like, that's just not good for your well-being. So what I learned through all of that is, well, look after your well-being. First of all, if you're out there, look after your well-being. But second of all, for me, it just really showed me once and for all, it wasn't something I wanted to do. I thought it was. The way that I thought I wanted to do zoology, from the ages of 8 till 24, I thought I wanted to do zoology. But one of the best ways to find out that you don't want to do something is by doing it. And it's only by doing it that you learn. So that's why I say, like, even in journal making and creativity, try everything. Because it's only when you try things that you learn if you like it or not, if it's something you want to do or not. So try everything. And so, yeah, I tried this course. I thought I wanted to do it. Well, I really didn't know if I wanted to, actually. I thought I did, but I didn't really know. And then finally, it was only by doing it that I learned, no, I don't want to do this course. And I needed that, because otherwise I would have been, for maybe the rest of my life, being like, should I do it? Should I have not done it? Do I regret not doing it? Oh my gosh, should I have done it? Oh, you know, questioning. But now I know once and for all. And I have that peace now. So even if I only got that from God telling me to study and just try it, maybe that's all I needed to know. Because, yeah, I'm questioning, like, do I do talk therapy? Do I do art therapy? Do I just do what I've been doing, journaling and journal courses? And anytime you get a no and you find out, no, this is not what you want to do, it leads you closer to finding out what you do want to do. So even though I only lasted 3 weeks, I don't see it as a regret doing that. I don't see it as a bad thing. I see it as a necessity. And you know, being in a conversation with God when he's saying to study and learning why. With all this hindsight, I see it now. I needed to learn that. But there's so many other things I learned. I learned like 20 other things about well-being, the things that we learned in the course. Maybe I just needed those 3 weeks to pick up some tools for my life that now I want to use in my life for the rest of my life. Like, wow. And I'm just trusting God that the next weeks I wouldn't have got anything that I needed for my well-being. And I want to pass these on to help others, these tools that I've learned. And also, like, I do wish that I could keep learning. I asked them if I could stay on as an auditing student and just learn the material without the assignments, because the other universities have that option and places have that option, but they don't have this option. So what I'm really hoping, because it's still like a new place, they only started doing online last year, I believe, so they're still new. And what I'm hoping is that in 5-10 years, they might now let people audit. That would be a dream, because I don't need a qualification. I don't need to do a whole other bachelor. I was just doing it for personal interest and growth, and I thought I'll do the qualification just in case. Like, if I'm going to learn, I may as well do that in case I found out that I wanted to be an art therapist. But what I found out is, no, I don't want to be an art therapist in that way. I can still do art for well-being in a different way. And so it was, yeah, so many things I learnt though, and like lots of things going over in my brain for a part 2 art journal course with the things I've learned, and maybe like a 30-day art journal practice. I'm thinking if anyone might want to join me with that for well-being though, like specifically for well-being and my normal things, self-discovery, getting to know who you are, connecting with yourself. So I definitely am still in love with art and creativity and journaling and well-being, mental health and all that. But yeah, the course just showed me I don't want to be in a room working with a client, getting them to do art. If that makes sense. I'd rather have it a lot looser, a lot more flexible, more in the style of journal courses or just challenges, art challenges and that kind of thing. And of course, I've got other projects and stuff as well, but I'll talk about that maybe in a different video. But anyway, good to learn. All to say, good to learn. It's been a journey, and I have, talked to God every step of the way. I try, of course, not to do anything without His leading. So this has not come lightly. This has been lots and lots of conversation, and I've been thinking about pulling out from the first week. I was even thinking about pulling out last year, and then even when I enrolled, I was still thinking of pulling out. So it's been a constant thing, and then for the first 3 weeks, I oscillated from I love this to I hate this, and then the stress just got too much and the overwhelm got too much and affecting my well-being too much, and just other things happened in my life where I realized this is not going to suit the timing. Even if I wanted to do this course, the timing is not great anyway. And that's the thing, there's no rush to do this. I could still do this in 10 years. I could do this when I'm 40, when I'm 50, when I'm 60. So there's no rush. But I just wanted to find out for myself. That's why I rushed into it. One of the reasons I rushed into it was like, I just want to find out if this is what I want to do. And now that I found out I don't, now we can move on to exploring other things. And I'll keep doing that. I'll keep exploring other things and finding out what it is that I really want to do. Just connect with my heart and find out how I want to use creativity and journaling for mental health and well-being. I feel like I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen anyone do it yet, or a way to do it, but there's something I want to do. There's something in there, and I've always had this feeling with other things. Like when I get this feeling of there's something, eventually at the right time, it will just drop in there. God will show me what it is. When I did a walk from Sydney to Melbourne, a charity walk, to raise money for the Dalit children in India, and we shared in churches and home groups and youth groups along the way about why we were doing it, to serve God and help others. And the year before I did that walk, I had this feeling just in my heart, like I really want to do something. I need to do something, but I didn't know what. I had no idea. I was like, should I visit the homeless? Should I visit the elderly? Should I make hampers for people? And then God said, no, you're doing a walk from Sydney to Melbourne. I was like, what? That's crazy. But He prepared me, because for the year before that, I had this itchiness, this restlessness in my spirit going, I just want to do something with this. And He prepared the way, because I was like, there's something there that I'm supposed to, that I want to do, but I don't know what it is. And then finally He gave me the walk. I'm like, okay. That's how you know it's God. I would never come up with that myself, doing a charity walk from Sydney to Melbourne. That was definitely His idea, not mine, because I don't even like walking. But anyway, that was life-changing, by the way, but maybe I'll share that in a different video. But yeah, I've had that feeling throughout my life, this feeling of like, there's something there. And He's always provided at the right time that thing. And it's been a preparing season. So I feel like maybe it's this season again, just recognizing the season you're in. It's a preparing, like there's something there. I just don't know what it is, but at the right time, He'll show me what it is. And often you have to try different things before you can find it. And often you have to just go through life and experience things before you know what it is. And if you haven't gone through those things before, you don't recognize it when it comes. So yeah. Just keep trying different things, keep living. I hope this journey has been encouraging. You know, the journey with God can have twists and turns, but it's all for good, and it's all for growth and getting you closer to the path that you are meant to walk on. And you know, sometimes you think this is the door that opens, or this is the path you go down, and I just want to encourage you, if you've had a door slam in your face, or if you've realized you're not supposed to actually walk through that door, that's okay. sometimes you need to go through doors to find out they're not the door for you. And sometimes you need to walk down paths to realize they're not the path for you. So just keep on going. Try different doors. Try different paths. It's all part of the journey. So, yeah, you don't need to feel like you failed or like feel defeated or discouraged. Maybe you tried this career. Maybe you tried this job. Maybe you tried this relationship or whatever it is. Maybe you tried living in one place or moved around and you just were like, you thought this was it. You thought this was the thing or this was the person or whatever. But just know that's all part of the journey. It's all going to help you with the next step of the journey. I always see it as stepping stones. Each stepping stone is necessary to get to the next one and to the next one and to the next one. So don't count those closed doors and lost paths as, bad things in your life. Just consider them as stepping stones. That's how I see them anyway. And I've always thought of them like that. And that's why, I don't really have regrets because, people ask, what are your regrets in life? It's like, no, because you never know how the path is going to lead, if you took a different journey. I see everything when I look back, and that's the value of reflection and journaling. Everything has a place. You learn from every single thing, and you become not a different person, but you grow. You just grow as you learn these different things. And if you didn't have it, you might not have a quality, or you might not have learned a lesson that you needed to get to that next place, if that makes sense. So even the depression and anxiety journey is my biggest example of those 2 years were the hardest, most painful years of my life, but I needed them. They were completely necessary to get me where I am today. I absolutely needed those. They were stepping stones. And so, yeah, I hope that's encouraging because I want to share my story and my journey, but always hope that it is encouraging for you guys because I believe that when we share our stories, people connect with them and they feel less alone and feel encouraged. So sometimes we have to hear someone else's story first to get that and to see our story in their story and to go, that is okay. And, I did learn from that. And, yeah, that was necessary. And, yeah, it's so good, that journey with God, right? I love the journey with God. It's just so good. So yeah, I'll leave you with that. Hope you're all doing well and just enjoy the twists and turns with God. There's going to be many more. There's going to be many more closed doors and paths that you'll try that you'll realize, nope, that's not the right path. There's going to be many twists and turns and it's just part of it. And find the joy in it, find the beauty in it and just enjoy it. Anyway guys, thanks so much for watching and I'll see you in the next video.
A
Bye,
big
guys.
special thank you to my beautiful patrons who supported me in January. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It means the world to me. I can't do this without you, so thank you so much. If you would like to become a patron in February, the link will be below in the description box to my Patreon, and that's where you get access to extra videos and behind the scenes looks, personal updates, printables, the Ruby tier and higher. You get every single digital kit from my Etsy as well. And may you all journal your lives because your story matters.